Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Home Sweet Homes. I thought I'd do my intro while I was still sitting and relaxing before I got to any of the real work. But I saw on Pinterest it's called mac and cheese crisp bundt. And it is like a mac and cheese bundt cake. And it looks super delicious, so I am going to make it and hopefully the kids like it. And I thought I would just bring you along and see how it turns out, for the good or for the bad. We will see, and you'll get to watch right along with me. All right, for this super fun new way to serve mac and cheese, you only need a few things. The little like TikTok video or whatever it was from showed making macaroni and cheese from scratch, but I'm just going to use this because I'm trying to use up some of the staple pantry items that we have on hand. Then, of course, most importantly, you're going to need a bundt pan of some kind. Just the one I have. Then you're supposed to use Doritos, like nacho cheese Doritos as the crust, but I had Cheez-Its, so I just pulverized these Cheez-Its into crumbs. Then, as I'm dropping stuff, in between you're going to do half the mac and cheese and then a layer of cheese. So I have some extra sharp cheddar and a little bit of Munster. I'm going to slice those up and then I will put that in between and then coat with more mac and cheese. So I thought I'd just bring you along. Let's get to chopping this cheese. Make sure that still looks good. And it looked like they just kind of left them in squares or kind of rectangle pieces because you're just going to layer them on top in your pan. So I don't think you need a ton of extra cheese. But I had this little square, so that's why we're doing two different kinds, because I'm going to finish that up. Just do a little bit of cheddar. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. One, 2, 3, and 4. I'm gonna cut these ones in half. And then I'll just kind of rotate when I put them in the pan. Half cheddar, cheddar, Munster, cheddar, Munster. That. Okay, so we have that ready. I have the water on the stove starting to boil, so we will get to that. But throw a piece of cheese at the dog. Get that in here. Now let's get some of this extra stuff out of the way. So it says sorry for the loud bang. Go ahead and use cooking spray and coat your pan pretty well, all the way up the edges. All right. Now that I can't breathe. Okay. Now what you're gonna do is take your Dorito or cheesy crunchiness of choice. Can't breathe with all that spray. And you're just going to sprinkle a little bit in and try to coat your pan. I'm going to do about half. Oh my god, too soon. I'm just going to go ahead and shake your pan around, trying to get it all coated. You're going to make a huge mess, or at least I am. That's alright, counter's clean. You can wipe it up and rid of. I'm just kind of turning it around, and if they spill, they spill. That's alright. Oh, somehow I gotta get the middle of this. I'm gonna try to spray this middle thing a little better because nothing is really sticking to that. better. Not doing a great job of showing you that. But okay, the hardest part is getting it to stick to this center cone very well. All right. I think this might be as good as it gets. I don't know if that's gonna be enough. I might dump the extra crumbs out too. We'll see. Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna spray it again and put a little bit more on because some of them are pretty sparse looking. I think it's because my crumbs are a little bit big. I didn't want to get out the food processor, so. All right, looks pretty good. We're gonna move this aside, get this all cleaned up, and dump our noodles in to start boiling. All right, we got our water boiling. I'm gonna dump both boxes of mac and cheese, our noodles in. And what I like to do is sneak a little bit of, does that count as like a veggie? I just like to sneak those in. And I put them in while it's boiling so they get really soft and almost can't even tell they're in there. I also salted the water. All right, now we just let this boil for a while till the noodles are done. All right, while the noodles are cooking, I'd like to go ahead and toss together the ingredients like the milk, the butter, and the cheese powder, just so I have something to do while the noodles cook, and then I warm it up so it's like warm when it goes into the pot so it doesn't cool down your mac and cheese that much. So I thought I would take as long as I do that. I already got the milk, the butter, and then my secret ingredient. I'll flip it down and show you. All right. Now, we used to make mac and cheesy, a recipe that was really popular for a little bit here. And the secret ingredient was pure ground mustard, and we have fallen in love with it. You don't put a ton of it, you know, just a teaspoon, maybe 2 in your whole. I'm doing 2 boxes of mac, so I did 2 teaspoons. Sorry. So I got going there, and then I'm gonna go ahead and put the mac and cheese packet. Different brands of cheese, mac and cheese, and look how different the colors are. It's kind of crazy. All get mixed up today. Right. Now this doesn't have to be perfect. This is all going to get mixed into your mac, but it just gives you something to do and keep busy with while your noodles are cooking, making the next steps even easier. All right, that looks good enough for now. We're gonna go ahead and set this aside, stir our noodles one more time, and I think they are just about ready to drain the water out. All right, the noodles are done. We're gonna scrape our cheese, milk, butter, all that good stuff into here. A lot stuck to the edges here. Right. Now, I'm just going to go ahead. Oh, these handles get hot. I love these new pots that I got, but the handles get way hotter than they should. They're like oven mitts, so hold on to them. Okay, now mac and cheese, straight from the box, I'm not a big fan of. I think it is very boring, basic. And I like to add cream cheese, Parmesan cheese, garlic. I like to add all kinds of good stuff. But I'm going to try to stick true to follow the recipe that they gave me. So, let's get this started. Okay, we're going gonna go ahead and bring our bundt pan over. And because I need oven mitts, let me grab them. Alright, I'm gonna try to do this with one hand. Just had to kind of scoop all around the edges. So about half of your mac and cheese is in your bundt pan. Throw some on the counter, just like the Cheez-Its. That's how we do it here. Alright. So we have, it's about halfway full. I'll move these over a little bit. Might have to clean up this mac and cheese real quick so I don't smear the pan in it. Okay, so we got half of it in. Now I'm going to rotate between my cheddar and my Munster. Slowly here. Takes me a minute to think of what I'm doing. So we are going to have more than enough cheese to do this. So I'm just going to kind of squeeze them together. I was afraid I wouldn't have enough. We have plenty. More Munster than cheddar. That's fine. Okay. See how we got that layered on top? It's all going to melt down and be all gooey and wonderful. Now we're going to spoon on, or if you're brave enough to pour it, the rest of our mac and cheese mixture. I think I picked the smallest spoon for this. Oh my gosh, guys, I'll show you the counter when I'm done. The huge ones I'm making. Alright, I'm going to attempt to do it, just pouring the rest in. Now that everything has like a good top coat, I can also spread it when I'm done. Yep, this is easier. Alright. Need a spoon to get out the last little bits. They're sticking. Move this out of our way. Alright, now what I'm going to do is just kind of, I don't know, smear it around a little, make it more even. And I don't know, I mean, maybe I should have made 3 boxes. It didn't really say, it just showed like 1 box of pasta being dumped in. So I thought that would be enough, but we're going to see. So the next step is coat the rest of this with the rest of your crumbs, or however many crumbs you need. Let's get that going. And this one's like a nice thick crust because you're going to flip this over and this is going to be the bottom of your bundt cake. So, don't be stingy or shy. Yeah, let's just use it all made. Okay, now what I saw him do is just kind of lightly push it down. Help the cracker crumbs get stuck to the mac and cheese a little bit. Okay. And now what we're going to do is sprinkle some shredded cheddar on top. Okay. And then one final spray of your cooking spray of choice. Now we're going to go ahead and toss this into the oven for about, I think it said 20 minutes or so. So I'm going to put it in for 20, check it and see where we're at. I just had to share this little glimpse into my life. So I am just sitting down relaxing while the mac and cheese bundt crisp is in the oven, and I tell the kids, they come down, they say, "What are you making, Mom?" I said, "Mac and cheese bundt cake." And they're like,
I don't know why you'd make a recipe with the word butt in it, but I'm a little interested to see how it turns out. So, 10-year-old boys, girls, bundt and butt sound an awful lot alike. So they're excited to see because they were upstairs doing their own thing while I got everything ready and into the oven. So they just have to wait and be surprised and see what a mac and cheese butt cake looks like when it's all done and ready. Can you say call the Food Network? I have done it, my friends. All right, now it came out of the oven just about 2 minutes ago, so I'm gonna let it sit because you can see all the crazy steam coming off of it for just another minute or two, and I think it will hold together better when I cut it out. But well, I'll show you that when I do it. But to go along with it, everyone is a little bit different eating styles here. So we have a romaine heart, bacon bits, and shredded cheddar. And because I am dairy free, I'm gonna try a little bit of this cake. But I have fake Parmesan, bacon bits, romaine, spinach, and grilled chicken. And our pickier little veggie eater, she's got just a couple pieces of spinach, bacon, and cheese. Just she'll wrap into it, and then they'll have some of this bundt cake. Ooh, 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 look at that. It's nice and crispy around all the edges. Oh, steam me up. Just this little teeny tiny part kind of stuck to the pan. Otherwise, everything else came out perfectly. All right, we are all done eating, and it was a big hit. I think you should go out and try it. The original recipe, I don't know if I mentioned, calls for Doritos as the crust. And I could see that being really good too, but the Cheez-Its were delicious. It kind of gets like the flavor of the extra toasty Cheez-Its that we enjoy here. Let me know if you try this or if you tried something similar that I can try next time. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you again in the next video.